Would you say it's okay if I punch a human being to take off my stress?
Well, no. Why to go vegan? I think I've realized it. This 5-10 minutes conversation was enough for me to realize.
A very simple question. Would like to ask you what are some of the things you do to reduce stress? Like just name one or two things.
Okay, it includes my hobbies. Like I like singing and I like drawing and I like sketching, so that relieves me a lot. I take my own pace of time and then I do it accordingly.
So I'll share what I do when I'm in stress. So generally I punch a boxing bag. So is that fine?
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely fine. People have their own ways of doing it, right? So it depends upon person to person how you do it. Some people might take it out like punching something or doing something, like doing some outdoor activities or something. But some people have their own. They want to be their own in their own space and they want to do it accordingly. So yeah.
Would you say it's okay if I punch a human being to take off my stress?
Well, no, absolutely not. No.
Okay. How about punching a dog?
No.
Okay. What other animals? How about punching a hen?
No, absolutely not. Not hurting any living objects out there.
Okay, so essentially you are saying that I can punch a boxing bag,
Yeah.
but not a human or a dog or a
Nothing that is living. Nothing, absolutely.
because they are capable of feeling pain and suffering.
True. Yes. Agreed. Yeah.
Thanks, Kushi, for saying that.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing well. Like, can I ask you two more questions?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay. Do you consume animal-derived products?
Can you name some like that we?
Chicken, dairy,
No, I don't consume chicken and everything. I'm a vegetarian.
milk. Do you consume milk?
Yeah. Yeah. I know that is a dairy product, but I cannot go complete vegan.
Okay.
So that is not my thing.
Yeah, that's not about a vegan. I'm just saying that you consume
Yeah,
dairy
I
products.
consume milk, but I'm a vegetarian. Like I don't consume chicken and fish and everything. It's just milk. Yeah.
So do you think, I'm just asking you to take your opinion on this, do you think dairy animals are abused?
Yeah, of course they are. Like they undergo a lot. You are, with all those milk products and everything. They go through a lot too. They are injected with all those injections and many to produce more and more. So of course they are abused in some way or the other. Of course.
So do you think when we consume dairy products,
Yeah.
we are directly causing this abuse to them?
Yes, agreed. Some way or the other, yes, agreed. Yeah.
So earlier you said that we should not abuse animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an indirect thing. I mean, many people don't realize this. That is why they go vegan, no? Vegan products, vegan dairy products where they do not include animal stuff.
Yeah, but-
Like the animal.
Yeah.
There's a meaning to the vegan stuff, right? They do not consume animal things out of it. But if in a way, if you ask this, yes, we are indirect.
But you as an individual are aware of the dairy cruelty.
It's true. I do. I am aware of it, but I still do so.
So my question,
Piece of life, you cannot help it, I guess.
is it a necessity though?
I mean,
Necessity is something that if you don't consume, then you will perish or you will cease to exist. It's like a survival requirement. It's not right. Like,
yeah, agreed to it. I mean, what else can I say there? I don't think so. I mean, of course, we are causing trouble to them. Direct or indirect, yes, of course.
it's direct only, right? Because we are creating the demand and hence they are subjected to suffering.
Agreed. Yes. Yes.
Then how is it any different from me abusing a dog or punching a dog or punching a buffalo? Because eventually, if you think from the victim's perspective, they are abused, right?
Of course they are. Yes, I agree. But then that does not justify, like, of course, somehow or the other, but we don't have any need out of punching them, no? We are physically hurting them, I guess.
But even in the dairy industry, they are physically hurt. And talking about the need, when I'm punching, then I'm deriving some sort of pleasure out of it, no matter how complex or that may sound. But even when we are consuming dairy products, we are also deriving some sort of pleasure, right? Taste pleasure or whatever, right?
True. Agreed. Agreed.
And also just one more point on that, like abuse is always seen from the perspective of the victim, not from the perspective of the perpetrator. I can do it for any reason, but I have to see how the other person feels about it, right?
Of course, you have to say. But I think There's a but to it always, you know. You don't, because of course when you hear, can I punch a dog or can I punch a, yeah, it sounds more, you know, intrusive. Ki, yeah, don't do that. You're hurting it. But when it comes to consuming products that they give us, it's like, oh no, you know, it's just a thing that is a daily need and you can have it. Or people don't realize it. But yes, I think now I agree, and it makes no such difference whether you hurt them physically by punching them or you hurt them by doing things out of necessity. So yeah.
And just to drive this point, I'll take like 1 minute and give you a snapshot of how a dairy industry works.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
a cow or a buffalo is made pregnant first time when they reach their age of puberty, and then they are subjected to constant cycles of pregnancy, year after year after year. In humans, or even with companion animals, we ensure that they don't go through so many pregnancy cycles. Reason for that is because it's taxing for the body and also takes a toll on your mental health as well, right? The reason why they are subjected to constant cycles of pregnancy so that the dairy farmer can make more and more milk, which can then fulfill our demand. And then if you think about it, what is the product of pregnancy? It's going to be a baby, right?
Of course, yes. Yeah.
And can you take a guess what's happening to the male calf? Because there's no control if the calf is going to be a male or female, right? And the male calf is not used in the dairy industry. So what do you think is happening to the male calf?
Oh my god. They are killed or something for the beef products then.
You can ask me a follow-up question, but in India, everyone consumes dairy products, but very few people consume beef products. And if I'm saying that if each one of them is killed, then where is all this beef ending up?
No idea. I would like you to answer then.
So India happens to be one of the largest beef exporters in the world. India also happens to be one of the largest leather exporters in the world.
Okay, this was not known to me. Oh my god. Crazy, okay.
So I'm telling you something which you will think later on that, but in India we protect cows and stuff because there's legal protection to them. But that is only for the Indian origin cows. 75% of the milk that we consume is either coming from buffalo or from Jersey cows, the foreign breed.
Okay.
That's why you will never find a stray buffalo. You'll always find a stray cow.
Okay, that is the reason why. Now I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, yeah, I get it now.
Because they can't, in some of the states, they can't kill cows, so they leave them on street once they can't give milk. But the buffaloes, there is no restriction, so they're always killed.
Oh my god. Okay.
Second thing is, now this is going to be very difficult, but I just want to share this information because I want you to be aware of it.
No, true, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think you should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think they are made pregnant?
How do you. Okay. That is a difficult question, but the same biological process of surrogacy, maybe they take the sperms and they put in, inject in. Yeah, that is how they do it.
Yeah, so it's called artificial insemination. If you see Google artificial insemination, you'll see that's a very abusive process, right? And in human terms, you would call it a sexual abuse. Two people will hold the leg, then one person will insert their hands inside the private parts of the cow or the buffalo. And there's a rack inside which they are placed, and the industry term for that rack is called rack.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'll share a list of some documentaries which are made, which shows the reality of the Indian dairy industry, because the process in India is very different from how it's in the West, and sometimes people think that in India the dairy industry is hunky-dory, but it's not. Even the mother cow or the buffalo, once they reach a certain age when they can't give milk, right? For them, it happens to be around 9 or 10 years old. They are not fertile anymore, but their natural age is to live all the way up to 20, 25. So again, a dairy farmer can't take care of the mother. So even the mother meets the same fate.
Okay. That is sad. That is sad. Of course.
And all this is happening not because the dairy farmer is a sadist person who likes to do it. He's just doing it because there's a demand which you and I create.
Yeah, I agree to it. Yeah, true. Yeah, no one's wrong here actually. Everyone is, interlinked or interconnected. Just he also needs the thing, we also need the thing. So somehow or the other, everyone is interlinked maybe. He needs the money,
But-
we need the thing to consume it. So he is anyways forced to do it, I think.
So yeah, that's why I don't think he's the only one to be blamed. We are equally blamed.
Yeah, we are.
But my focus today is on the victim today, the neglected victim, that is the dairy animals.
Speak. You cannot put
Who
down.
can speak, who are shouting, but not in a language that we understand.
Understand. But I think it's high time that we should consider all these a little, and we should spread awareness, because ultimately it will be a concern for us, because in the ecosystem everything is linked with one another. If one goes down, things are gonna get disbalanced some way or the other. So I think people should get aware of it. And I think
That's the objective of this
you're
conversation.
doing a great job in doing it, because before I agreed, but then I disagreed. I disagreed first and then I agreed too. Now that you have listed a lot of things, I understand now. So I think you're doing a great job here.
So I'll just give my introduction now. I'm Shivam. I was a non-vegetarian once, then I became a vegetarian for ethical reasons, and then I learned about the dairy industry, which I did not believe earlier. I thought it's not happening in India because India में तो गाय माता होती है, ठीक है? And then I visited. In the past 2 years, I've visited more than 50 dairy farms to witness it firsthand, and all of what I'm saying is something which I've seen in reality. And then I realized that I should quit all animal-derived products. So now I'm a vegan, and you used the term earlier. So vegan is not just related to diet, it's a philosophy of life where we believe that animals should not be treated as commodities. Yeah? Earlier you said we can't punch them, we can't abuse them, because
That is happening some way or the other.
and we are the ones who are punching them and abusing them.
I agree. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with such an open mind, because a lot of times my energy goes into defending that this is abuse. Sometimes people will not agree to this, that this is abuse. They'll say, no, they are animals, so we can. But you were open-minded and initiated and compassionate to see that it is abuse. However, there is some action which needs to be aligned as per your moral value, which is, that to go vegan.
Yeah, true. Of course, I agree, and I think I will take major decisions on this now that I've learned a lot of things, and I think one person can make a change too, can make a difference too. Like you are doing it, you made me aware about a lot of things, and I think I can carry it on and pass it on to others too, and make them realize that yes, things are not okay out
Yeah,
there.
so that is the objective. Thank you so much for saying it. What I'll do is I'll share some resource cards with you. If you don't know, Bangalore happens to be one of the most vegan-friendly cities in India. We have a very strong community of vegan people in Bangalore. So who can help you on how to go vegan. Like how do you make curd at home? How do you make tea at home? How to go vegan, that we can help you with. Why to go vegan has to come from inside.
Why to go vegan? I think I've realized it. This 5-10 minutes conversation was enough for me to realize, because you have to have that heart to even understand what they go through. If you don't like getting punched unnecessarily, pretty sure they wouldn't like it too. And since we cannot, they cannot express it some way or the other, I think it's high time that we realize that no, they are creatures too, and they have feelings and emotions too. So yeah, that's it.
That's like the textbook explanation of empathy, right? Where we are thinking from the victim's perspective. Thank you so much for this conversation.